Alright, YouTube, what the business is. So right here, we got two phones with similar specs that we're going to do a little comparison between. Right here, we got the Samsung Epic 4G, and over here, of course, we got the Motorola Triumph. So, just going over the physical features right quick. On the Epic, we got a 4-inch AMOLED display. Over here, on the Triumph, we got a 4.1 VGA display, but that's pretty comparable. Got the full capacitive. Got the full capacitive over here. Also on the Epic. Looking on the left, we got the camera key, power. On the back, we got a 5-megapixel camera with flash. See the Galaxy S branding. On the bottom, we just got the mic and the front-facing camera on the front. Over on this side, we got the volume rocker, and that's it. On top, the headphone jack and the charging port. Triumph, a little different. This side, we got the volume, speaker. On the back, we got the 5-megapixel camera with flash. On this side, we got the power lock switch. Bottom, we got the charging port, mini HDMI out, and the mic. So, of course, the front-facing camera. So, let's power on, unlock, and take a look what we got going on as far as software on each device. So, go home there. So as you can see, was comparing the screen sizes very close. The Triumph is a little bigger at 4.1, but similar. You can see the Epic. When this phone was out, I was in love with this device. Still a great device. One thing I did miss, and I'm sure you caught it by now, slide-out QWERTY on the Epic. One of the best keyboards still to this day, in my opinion. But that's that. Go back home. So you can see we got 7 home screens over here. And let's go in for a second and look at, go into settings. About phone, and you can see that we're running Android 2.3.6, and I believe that this device shipped with 2.2, but it has received the upgrade, so we're on 2.3.6 right here. So over here on the Triumph, go to menu, settings, and you can see I'm running Go Launcher EX here, so it's not the stock look. But we'll go to the settings, and you can see that Android version 2.2.2. So that's a big difference there. The Epic, as you can see here, is running a newer version of Android, so that's always an advantage. One thing that I found about this Epic 4G, and I'm not sure that if it's with every Epic, is having some trouble using Skype. Not exactly sure what that is, but it works fine over here on the Triumph. So let's go into app. Let's go into app drawers. You can see some differences there. You can see it's the typical TouchWiz thing here, where you have the app drawer that slides left to right, similar to iOS. So that's gravy. we go over here, back over to the Triumph, and again, I'm running Android 2.2 with Go Launcher EX, so there's going to be some differences, but app drawer very similar. Scroll left to right. You can also see that you can look at running apps, recent apps, and all apps. So, but you know, as far as the hardware for the phones, on the inside, both run a 1 gigahertz processor. So, and I've noticed similar speeds on each device. You know, nowadays with the 1.5 dual cores and even the quad core phones that have been talked about, and I think there's one out already. You know, 1 gigahertz would sound kind of slow, but you know, in all reality, 1 gigahertz is still getting it done. It's speedy enough for me anyway. So let's look at the camera over here on the Epic, the camera interface. And you can see that there. Actually, that's the front-facing camera. Give me a second so we can switch over to the rear-facing camera. There we go. So you can see the camera interface here for the Epic, which I'm pretty sure not exactly 100%, but I think it shoots in 720p. So you can see that there. So we can go in and take a look at what the Triumph's camera interface is looking like. So you can see that there. Quite different, indeed. So it's another pretty big difference. As far as thickness, you know, sleekness of the design, the Triumph is a little thinner, but of course, again, this QWERTY keyboard, absolutely wonderful on this Epic. So, you know, that's pretty awesome. Now, okay, now let's see a couple of applications right quick. Compare a couple of more apps we can look at. Look at Words with Friends on each, since that's something that is on both devices. So let's find Words with Friends over here. There it is. I don't know how good you guys can tell the difference in the display between the AMOLED and the display over here on the Triumph, but the AMOLED seems to have a little more of a bluish tint to it. The whites seem a little more true on the Triumph, although it does also have somewhat of a bluish tint. But I don't know, we're having some network issues over here with the Epic. There we go. So you can see that there. It's a good example of a screen difference for each phone. And, you know, here's a look at the dialer on each phone right here with the Epic 4G with Android 2.3.6. You can see right here, of course, with the TouchWiz overlay, you got a nice spacious dialer, responsive. So that's great. And over here, again, Go Launcher EX, and this is a Go Dialer that I've downloaded to go with that over here on the Triumph. So again, it's a little different from stock, but Also a nice keyboard. And the interesting thing between these two is you could see the different layout, even though the screen sizes are very similar. You can see that the layouts are completely different. The button size, the placement of certain keys. So there's that. Long pressing the screen on each device brings up the menu for things to add to your home screen. Applications, shortcuts, widgets, go widgets, folders, and wallpapers over here on the Triumph. Over here on the Epic, we got the widgets, shortcuts, folders, and wallpapers. Another major difference between these two devices is that the Epic 4G can be a Wi-Fi hotspot, and the Triumph cannot. Now, there's ways around it, of course, routing and adding that capability to the Triumph, but just stock, the Epic 4G is definitely having the advantage as far as that goes. Alright guys, so that's just my little comparison between two awesome Android devices here. Samsung Epic 4G and the Motorola Triumph. Both actually running on Sprint's network, so it's your boy Red Ink. Holla at y'all on the next episode. Thanks for watching, alright? Peace.